afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 16 of the Viktoria Köln story. And we're back. We are back here with a new season, new players in the van. Players have gone out. There's been a bit of a sort of mix-up in terms of our squad. Now, obviously, if you haven't seen the previous episode, I'm going to spoil it a little bit here. So I'd highly recommend going to watch episode 15 before understanding what's going to happen in this season. So, obviously, we did lose the playoff final, which, quite frankly, absolutely heartbreaking. It was incredibly frustrating, and I'm sure you could probably tell on the video when that happened, and I am talking about a certain thing that happened in a game that was extremely unlucky. But because we didn't get promoted, it has made our transfer window relatively tough. But instead of talking about it, let's go over to the players that we have got rid of and that we have got in. Now, there is one big particular player that we did have to get rid of, and we will go through that now first, and then we'll go over to the players that we brought in. Hopefully, they're going to do a job for us. But I'm going to be honest with you, boys and girls. I'm going to be honest with you. This season's going to be tough, I think. I think it's going to be very, very tough. And if we don't get promoted this year, quite frankly, don't know what's going to happen. Don't know what's going to happen. So the first player to go out was Simeone Magnaghi. Obviously, we brought him in last year with the intention of ousting Michael Seaton, and that just didn't happen. He didn't have the impact that I wanted him to. We obviously got him on a free, so there was not really any risk to it. Now, Wurzburg did come in for him for a little bit of money, which I was surprised about, and he has actually gone a league above what we're at, so I don't really blame him in wanting to leave and for going in the end. So, but it's not that big of a deal, because I think we have got someone to replace Magnaghi who's a lot better than Seaton, I think. So fingers crossed that will transpire into a fantastic signing. Okay, so the second player to go out, and this guy to leave, was absolutely maddening. So I had come to register my players, and I can't actually have any non-EU players, and what I didn't realise is that England are now no longer part of the EU. So I've had to get rid of Max Kilman, and that was really, really frustrating at the time, because obviously he's an absolutely amazing defender for the league we're in. He's gone straight to the first division of Bundesliga. So that first division of Bundesliga? What's that? First division of Germany. So that really shows the quality that he had and how much of an impact he would have had in our squad. He played pretty much every game bar free last year. Got a 7.1 rating. And we managed to sell him for a lot of money, which did help get some boys in. Now, the people that we've brought in, as I said, I'm happy with them, but I would have liked to bring in more. But quite frankly, the board were being stingy. We got 875k from that deal. You know what they did? Gave me pennies. Literally gave me pennies for it. And I'm looking at them just like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding? I've just got rid of a guy for nearly 1 million, and you're giving me basically a Freddo and a Mars bar to buy players with. Absolutely disgusting. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. Okay, so the first player we got in was Tomislav Gomelt. We actually got this guy on a free, and as you can see by his stats, he's a very, very well-rounded, decent player to have in this league. I don't think there's many stats over 10. 1, 2, 3. So there's only 5 stats above 10. All of them are in the 11 and 12s. So he's really, really well-rounded. But as I said, we got this guy on a free. I'm looking forward to using him because I think he's going to do a job for us. That midfield spot, especially coming into this year, was particularly weak. So I felt going all out for a midfielder is something that we would have needed to do if we wanted to even challenge for playoffs this year. And I think with this guy in the midfield, we've got a good midfield on the go as long as it gels well together, which we had problems with that last year. So as long as they don't, throw beers at each other, they shouldn't be drinking anyway. As long as they don't throw beers at each other, as long as they don't, play red ass on the training pitch, they'll be fine. There'll be no issues. But we'll have to wait and see. So the next guy we got in is a striker. Now, as I said with Magnaghi, we needed that striker to come in because he had gone and hopefully challenge Seaton and hopefully do better than Magnaghi. And we actually got this guy called Danny Motta from Juventus. Zebra, not Juventus. Sorry, SI. Sorry. Zebra. Yeah. So, striker, 1.7 million already. And we got this guy on a free as well. So this Danny's going to do a job for us. There's a lot better than Michael already. The only issue is that he is going to miss our first game of the year due to an injury. So I've been slagging off Michael all pre-season. Now he's going to have to start in the first game. So, you know, it's looking good. It's looking good. But I'm excited to see what this guy does. Only 23 years old as well. And if he doesn't work out, we can sell him next year for 2.53 million maybe, depending on who comes in for him. But I'm looking forward to having him. I'm really looking forward to having him in the side. Now, all of them are free transfers and a loan, but next one is Alan Emperor, centre-back. Now this, because we got rid of Max Kilman, we had a massive gaping hole in that centre-back spot, and we needed to fill that somehow. And the unfortunate thing is, I think we were quite lucky to get Max. So to try and find someone of his quality to come in and like for like, essentially, was never going to be easy. The closest I could get was Alan. I mean, he's a good centre-back, but he's not on the level of Max, unfortunately. He's going to do a job. He's going to do a good job. Got him on a free as well, and he's already got a good value of 240k as well. He's a good player for most free league sides. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see how this guy does. I'm confident. I'm sure he'll have a good season, but obviously we have downgraded, so it's a little bit of a catch-22 really. And then this guy I'm very excited about, actually. I don't know how to say his name, so you'll have to excuse me, but Gessamuma Fofana. I believe he is French. Right, perfect. If I've got that right, let me know in the comments. I'm sure I haven't, but if I have, just give me something. Just give me something. So Fofana is another midfielder in our side. He's going to be our ball-winning midfielder for this year. 28 years old, so he is a little bit on the old side of, you know, footballing terms. But his stats really, really suit that particular role. I think he's going to do well as well. Brilliant English, boys, English. No, but I think he's going to do a job for us this year. And you know, the transfers have got in. We'll go into Santiago in just a second, but as I said, they're good, but they're not who I would wanted to bring in, unfortunately. So we'll have to see how that goes. But going into the final player that we have coming in this episode is Santiago Ramos Mingo. We got him on loan from Barcelona. We managed to get one loan in. There's no one else, and I've had an extensive look. There's no one else I can bring in on a loan that is going to make a massive impact. This is the only guy I could find. But 19 years old, he is going to be first team this year. I think he's going to be very, very good for us. He can't do much other than defend. So, you know, asking him to pass the ball, have a good first touch, a dribble, basically anything other than tackle, marking and heading, he's going to be absolutely horrendous at. So we're going to have to cater the position for him, but he's going to do a job. He's going to do a job. I'm confident about this guy. And we brought two central defenders in with the intention of lessening the blow of Max Kilman leaving. But that'll only be sort of decided, and time will tell whether or not this works out. But enough of the transfers. Once again, let me know how you think the transfers have gone. If you're happy, if you're unhappy. Obviously, I'm sure Kilman leaving is going to be a big sort of talking point for anyone that's not happy. But I'd love to know. I'd love to know what people are thinking. So going into this season, we did have to have a change of tactics just because we weren't able to get that attacking midfield position. Unfortunately, Wunderlich did leave. No, Wunderlich retired, actually. Wunderlich did retire, and a few of the boys did go out on a free. So this is the squad that we are going to be using this year. It is relatively small, but all the players that have gone out, the likes of Wunderlich, it'd probably be easier if I just showed you, to be fair. But all these boys are the ones that left. So we've got the likes of Holtzfeller, Lanus, Junglas, obviously Wunderlich that retired, and a few sort of younger players releasing as well. So we do have a small squad going into this year, but it's streamlined and quality over quantity. That's what I'm trying to tell myself. That is what I'm trying to tell myself. But this is the side we're going to be playing for the first game of the season, which is going to be against Schweinfurt. I'm assuming they've got promoted because I've never seen them before. They did get promoted from what's it called? German Regional Division Bavaria. So this should be a comfortable victory. We should not be losing against these guys. They're new to the league, don't have the experience, definitely don't have the quality, I'm guessing. Stefan Altpeter looks absolutely terrible. He's a great finisher, nothing more. So there shouldn't be any excuses for us not getting a 2 or 3-0 here. But this is the squad we're going to be using for this match. Fingers crossed we can get our season to a flying start, because I am almost certain that this season's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. We're going to have our ups and our downs. It's a shame that we didn't get promoted last year, but that was last year. We look to the future, boys. To the future. Not Back to the Future, plug into the movie, but to the future. So the squad going into this game, we're going to have Enrique, Mingo and Emperor and Lang in the back line. Obviously, Mingo and Emperor, first time playing with each other in the centre-back partnership. Morin, Rissel and Gomelt in that midfield trio. Lorenz, Carrera and Seaton in that attacking trio as well. So there is a few boys still in the squad that you're going to recognise from last year, maybe even the year before, just to keep that sort of core of the squad intact. We didn't want to lose them key players. Lorenz is nursing a little bit of an injury though, which is a bit of a worry. He is on 95%, so that fingers crossed he doesn't get himself an injury in this game. But here we go, boys. First game of the year. Get your score predictions down in the comments before we get into this game. I'd love to hear what people are saying. But to say I'm nervous would be an understatement, very much so. Fingers crossed we don't have any registration issues coming into this game. We do have Tomic on the bench as well, so he might make an appearance. Tomic might make an appearance. He's progressing relatively well. But here we go. Squad numbers absolutely fine. Wow, there's a lot of squad numbers to give out. If anyone does do squad numbers realistically on FM, I can only apologise. I don't do that. I just don't do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know I'm terrible. I'm sorry. Let's get into the game then. Let's get our team talk out of the way. Hopefully we can get the boys riled up. I'm going to be aggressive with them. I'm going to be like a strict head teacher this year. There's no nicey nice stuff. None of that rubbish. Strict head teacher. I'm not the supply teacher. You know what I'm the equivalent of? You know when you get that supply teacher come in and you're like, oh, he's going to be so cool, this guy looks really nice, and then you actually have the strictest teacher come in instead and say, actually, Barry, you're in class A doing English. And then there's this really strict teacher that no one likes for the next hour and you're absolutely terrified. That's what I'm going to be. I am that strict teacher. I'm expecting you to win, boys. Damn right I am. Let's go, boys. Okay, there is a chance. Lorenz with the ball in. Is it an early goal? It's not. Gomelt with the header. Could have got his first goal for the club on his league debut, but nothing comes of it. We are looking good quite early on. There's another set piece. Lorenz scored a few set piece goals last year. Seaton. That is the most terrible goal. And it's Santiago Ramos Bingo with the goal on his league debut. The fans are loving it. There's barely 10 fans there, but they are absolutely loving Mingo right now. I mean, it's a bit of a scrappy goal, but the goalkeeper just runs towards it. Like, absolutely sprints towards it and doesn't even try to pick it up. But 1-0, Mingo. Yes! Let's go. Good start. Okay, so we are getting close to the 30-minute mark. We've been absolutely dominant throughout this game. Obviously, if we are going to be challenging for playoffs this year, the likes of Kaiserslautern and Braunschweig are going to be our biggest competitors, and Grobbersbach as well. Both of which are losing. Braunschweig and Grobbersbach are losing at the moment. Kaiserslautern are 1-0 up. So they are the boys we're going to have to keep an eye out of. Because obviously Kaiserslautern and Braunschweig did take us to the line in last season. But, just to have bragging rights, we did beat them both. So, bragging rights to us. But going into half-time, only 1-0. That is a little bit concerning. Because I would like us to get a few goals here, just to get the morale a little bit higher than it is. But we are gonna motivate the side. Do I make any changes? That's the question. I'm not sure I do. I might... Do I bring in Fofana? Fofana. It's not Fofana, it's Fofana. Here we go. Second half. 13 shots to their 1. Absolutely dominant. And hopefully that'll translate into the scoreline. 70 minutes gone. Still 1-0. We are going to make Another change, I think. Seems particularly struggled, so I'm going to bring on Schroeder. I think he's a regen. He's 18-year-old regen. He's a good finisher. And at this level, as long as you got good finishing and you're relatively quick, you're basically a winner. You're basically a winner. But we are going to give him his first league debut in a Köln shirt. Fingers crossed that he can repay the faith that I have in him here. And there is a chance. I think this is like the second chance of the game. So it's been a very boring game. No, it's the third, isn't it? It's the third chance. It's a good ball. Schroeder with the header. Nice flick on there. And Drade. Disappointing. Disappointing. I'm going to have to ask him to shoot less because I feel like that's going to be a part of this game that's going to really frustrate me this year. 10 minutes to go. We are going to do the typical time waste, play for set pieces, and then we'll bring on... Is he a regen as well? He's not. We'll bring in Eros Pellegrini just to see out the game, waste a bit more time. And we've been absolutely dominant in this game. 4 minutes added on. That should be our first win of the season. Don't back me in the arse, FM, please. Don't back me in the arse. And that is our first win of the season. And very dominant one as well. We thoroughly deserve that. We're probably very unlucky not to only score 25 shots, 10 shots on target with only 1 goal scored. Is a bit of concern from that game, I won't lie. But that does get immediate 3 points on the board. Any surprising results? Braunschweig lost, Grobbersbach lost, Kaiserslautern won. FC Bayern in there? Yes, they are. FC Bayern in there. And Werder Bremen's second team are in there as well. They got promoted. So there is... I would have thought they would have got relegated. I didn't realise they were in the division of below us. But surprising stuff. But that's massive. 3 points on the board straight away. I couldn't be happier. Now... Wow, we are in the DFB Pokal. I did not. Wow, okay then. I might do something controversial. We're going to come back for the cup game, ladies and gentlemen. Damn right we are. First time in a cup competition. We are against Darmstadt. Where are they? Right then. They are in the second division. That's going to be horrendous. So, I think we're going to come back for that game. We've got to make an occasion of our first game in a cup competition, and that's what we're going to do. But that's going to be the end of the episode. I want to thank you all very, very much for watching. Once again, I'm loving this save, and I really hope that you are as well. Feel free to leave any feedback, anything that you want me to improve upon down in the comments below. I'm more than happy to read them. I'll respond to every single one. But massive thank you to everyone for watching. I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye and stay safe.